That's the Gibbs with theboxingboys.com. Here in association with FightHype.com, we got world-renowned trainer Camp Cunningham. I wanted to get your thoughts on the main event, Gervonta Tank Davis. Obviously, you've even been in camp with him. You've watched him intimately. He's moving up to 140. Started his career at 126. How dangerous is this Mario Barrios fight for him?
Oh, Mario Barrios is a real test. You know, he's tall, he's rangy, he can punch a little bit. So it's a real fight, real test for Tank.
Do you think his power carries up to 140? Obviously, it's kind of like, did he show that at 35 or did he not? Because some people argue that he did by taking Gamboa 12, but still showing the power to stop him. Some people say he went 12 with a guy with a busted Achilles heel, so maybe the power isn't there. Does it translate to 140 in your opinion?
Oh, I think definitely his power translates to 140. Tank has real power. I know for a fact. You know, I've trained him for one fight, and in camp, you know, I held the mitts for 8 weeks, and he's got the real deal power. So his power goes wherever he goes, because a puncher is a puncher regardless of what weight class it is. If you're a true puncher, and Tank's a true puncher, he's got snap on the power. So he's a true puncher, and his power definitely goes to 140 and even 147 if he decides to go there. He's a real puncher, bro.
Wow, 147. So he took to social media before Josh Taylor beat Jose Ramirez and became undisputed and said that he would beat Josh Taylor. He's the real super WBA champion. Tank will be fighting Mario for the regular WBA belt. Do you like that fight for Tank versus Josh Taylor? And is Taylor beatable if it comes to Tank fighting him?
Do I like which fight for Tank?
Gervonta Davis versus Josh Taylor from UK.
That would be a good fight. Because Josh Taylor is the goods. I mean, he can fight. So he can fight, he can punch, you know, he can box. Smart in the ring. So that would be a good fight.
He's crafty, man. You know, am I wrong by saying that he reminds me like of Ward and D-Hop kind of? Because you know he was clinching and punching. Like he'll hit you then clinch, and then you think he's gonna clinch, then he'll let go and he'll hit you with some body shots. Or I mean, obviously you got more time watching tape. Who do you think? Who does he remind you of?
I mean, he don't really remind me of anybody. He's just a really good fighter. He does a lot of things well. I mean, he boxes when he wants to box. He can bang, he can punch, you know, he's gritty, he's mean, you know, he's a good fighter.
So Leonard Ellerby likes to say that Tank is the biggest fight from 130 to 140. Do you agree that basically anybody who's in the ring with Tank can be a pay-per-view?
No, what I think is when you become a pay-per-view fighter, you need the proper dance partner if you want to do good numbers. So it all depends on the dance, but the opponent, you know. I mean, he's a pay-per-view star, but he still needs the right opponents to do certain types of numbers.
Do you think Barrios is the right opponent for this particular event?
I think that's the right opponent for this particular stage in Tank's career right now. I think it's good. I think it's a good matchup. And I think it's a good fight. And I think the card is solid from top to bottom, so I think it's a good pay-per-view.